What's up, it's Joleigh and welcome back to Daily Diabetics. This week's video theme is how I changed my pump site. If you guys don't already know, I have the TSLIM insulin pump, so I'm going to show you how I changed my pump site and load my cartridge. So why don't we just jump right into the video. Alright, so first I'm going to show you guys what I need to have with me when I need to change my pump site. So on all my old sites, I always put a Band-Aid with scar gel and with antibiotic ointment. I always need to have at least 2 alcohol swabs, usually more. My insulin, so I'm on Humalog. And then I will need my cartridge for my TSLIM. And I use the T-Lock, so it's like the new or newer cartridge for TSLIM. The syringe and the syringe needle to fill up the cartridge. And then the actual infusion site. And this one is also the AutoSeft 90, and it has the T-Lock edition on it. Alright, so first I will need to go into my pump. And I will need to go to the options button. I will need to press the down arrow and go to the load button. I need to go to change cartridge, and then it says in order to change a cartridge, all insulin delivery, including basal and any active bolus or temp rate, will be stopped. And it says continue ? And I will put yes. And then it says all deliveries stopped. It says disconnect your infusion set from your body and press next to continue. So right now I'm going to close that and set that down. Right now my infusion site is on my leg right here. So I'm going to disconnect my site from right here. I am then actually going to take it off now. So you just have to peel it off. And that's what it looks like. I will then need to wipe it off with an alcohol swab. And then I will need to put a Band-Aid on. So while that is drying, I'm going to get my Band-Aid ready. So first, I always put this scar gel on first, so it is absorbed last. So I will put just a little drop of that on here. And then I will take my antibiotic ointment and I will put that directly on top of the scar gel. So first the antibiotic ointment is absorbed into my old site, and then the scar gel to prevent it from scarring. So then I will just put that directly on my site. And that one is all done. Now I'm going to go back into my pump, and it is going to just go back directly to where I was at. So now I'm going to press next because I already disconnected from my body. Now this is preparing for cartridge. So now I need to remove the cartridge off the back of this one, and if you just push on it, it comes directly off from here. And there is my pump without the cartridge on it. Then I am going to need to open my new cartridge. And this just opens at the top like so. Pull my cartridge out. And then I need to get my syringe ready. So I'm going to open my syringe and my syringe needle. I'm going to screw that on the top right here. And what I always do, because I live up in the mountains, so my cartridges end up getting a lot of air into them, I'm going to stick the syringe in the cartridge first, and I'm just going to pull out a full syringe of air. And if it doesn't start resisting, then I'm going to do it again. So I'm going to do it a second time. So now I feel like it is getting a little bit harder to pull out. And I am now going to, my cartridge is now ready for when I put insulin in it. Now I will need my insulin, and this is a brand new box, so I'm going to pop off the cap. And even though it is new, I'm going to still wipe off the top just because I want to make sure it's clean. So I wiped off the top. Now I'm going to fill the syringe to how much I put in. And then I am going to put the syringe in facing this way. I'm going to push all the air in, because if you don't put in the amount of air that you take the insulin out, then you do run into the risk of shattering your vial of insulin. I will then turn it upside down, and I will then let it start to fill with insulin. And I will try to get all the bubbles out. So, pretty good so far. Get it to where I need it to be. So that is how much insulin I put in my cartridge right here. And this lasts me a little over 3 days sometimes 3 days. So then I'm going to put my needle into the cartridge, which it does not go in all the way, so you don't want to force it because it only goes in about halfway. That's my pump because I don't have insulin right now. So I'm going to push all of my insulin into my cartridge. So now all of it is in there. I am then going to take the needle off of the syringe. So put the needle cap back on, just twist it off. I am now going to go back into my pump, and it says change cartridge alert because I don't have any insulin in it. So now I removed it. Now I need to put a new one in. So it just slides right onto here. It has a little road track that it goes onto. Once you hear it click, that means that it's in. And then I will press next. And now it says detecting cartridge. It is now at 100% and has detected it. So now it says make sure the set is disconnected from your body and securely connect the tubing to your cartridge. Press next to fill your tubing with insulin. So I need to now put in my infusion set, so I'm going to lock that for now. I'm now going to get my infusion set. I'm going to open it up. Back. Pop off the top. I'm going to gently and slowly take the tubing out, making sure I don't pull the actual side off of the inserter. And I always check mine like Lindsay does, because I've had one not work and go in the wrong direction. So I always just make sure that it works, and I usually do it twice. So it works. I'm now going to take off the little plastic covering. And then you always want to make sure you take off this needle covering, because if you don't and you try to insert it, it hurts really bad. So now it looks like that. And if you guys can see the needle right there. And what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to end up putting it on the same leg. I just need to find another spot that's about 3 inches away from my site. So, but my TSLIM is connected to my CGM, my Dexcom, and so my Dexcom is actually on this arm right now, and sometimes if I have my pump on this side and my Dexcom on the opposite side of my body, sometimes it doesn't like to read to my pump, so I always try to put them on the same side. So I'm actually going to put it right there. clean it off. Make sure it dries. While I'm waiting for it to dry, I'm going to pull my side back, cock it back, so then it is ready for when I want it to go in. So it is dry. I'm now going to insert it. So I'm going to raise the skin and press the side buttons that have the circles. So it just went in, and I hold it for about like 5-6 seconds. I kind of push down on this to make sure all the adhesive is down. Then I pull straight out. So now this is all connected. Now let's try to make sure that it is all put down. Then I'm going to disconnect like the pump said. And now I'm going to connect these two right here. Make sure it is pretty tight. And now I'm going to go back into the pump. And now going to press next and press start. So this lasts for a while, but I'll let you hear it for a few of the times. But right here it says the units that go into the tubing. Mine goes to about 10.2. It is right now at 2.5 units. So now what you are looking for at the end is for a drop to come out of the bottom of the needle that's inside the site. And once I see that, I will then press stop. So it should be any time now. Okay, so some just came out. So now you are going to go back into the pump and press stop. And then it says stop filling, and it's trying to detect what is in the pump, making sure there's no air. So it's detecting all of the insulin. So now it says if you see drops at the end of the tubing, press done. If no insulin drops are noticed, press fill to continue filling. Amount filled was, the amount filled was 13.8 units, meaning I just didn't get all the air out, so it was pushing all the air out before the insulin got there. So I'm going to press done because I saw drops. Now I'm going to press fill cannula. It says insert a new set and connect to the filling tubing. Press next to fill the cannula with insulin. So I'm going to press next. I'm now going to reconnect my site. So is now reconnected. I am now going to press start, and it says it is now, you can see right here, it is still filling. So it says it stopped filling, and you're going to press save. So it gives me a reminder that in 3 days I need to change it. It just has a scheduled date and time, so it's going to be on Monday. I am going to change my pump at 2:30 p.m. Press save, press done, and then test blood sugar in 1 to 2 hours. Press resume insulin. And my blood sugar is actually already dropping, so I am not going to give myself insulin right now. Usually after a site change, I will give myself about a unit to a unit and a half of insulin, because I usually go high after a site change. So that is a little trick that I have found that helps me not spike after changing my pump site. Alright, well I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please be sure to give it a big thumbs up. Also be sure to hit the red subscribe button down below, as well as the notification bell, so you can get a notification every single time we upload a new video. Also be sure to follow me as well as Daily Diabetics and the other 6 ladies on this channel on every single social media that we have linked down below. If you guys have any questions or comments for me, please leave them in the comments down below and I will be sure to answer them. Also, if any of you put your pump site in your arm and you have tubing, I would love to hear how you guys like that. I am absolutely scared to put it in my arm because I don't really know where to put my pump when it is in my arm, but I would love to hear your guys' feedback about that. Also, be sure to leave where your favorite pump side is down in the comments down below. Alright, I will see y'all next Friday. Bye guys!